Hello, everybody. Do a custom little nameplate tonight. Little pup here. I'm gonna use a flat blade tonight. Modified geometry number 3. It's been a while since I've cut with a flat blade, so we'll see how bad this goes. I think I still got the touch. Already see a little heart on there. Thank you. Hello, everybody chiming in there. Some of you I'm friends with know. Brought me a little puppy dog home last Friday night. And she sat in here with me all weekend while I scrolled. Little did I know, she was laying in the floor battling the god awful virus. So she is now in the hospital. So, day 2 in the hospital. We'll see if she'll have a little name come home on her kennel, or it'll be altered and used for other purposes. We are still not completely out of the woods yet. This is half-inch Baltic birch I'm cutting on tonight. I'm just guessing on the measurement, but I'd say this is probably close to 10 inches long, maybe 6 or 7 inches tall. Mr. John P. Hello, everybody. I know Charles is live over there on his page, but I won't be long, and then I will jump on over there. Mr. Herb, hello, everybody. He is sweepy. Huh. Can't imagine why Charles would be sweepy this time of the day. Now, he went live around what? Like 8 o'clock this morning? 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere in there, I feel like. He was before I got up to go to work. I want to say I was just getting to work whenever he went live this morning. I could be wrong. I know he was going live as I got back to work yesterday from the vet's office. 6 viewers. Hello, everybody. I honestly don't remember the last time I cut this flat blade. And I am beginning to remember just how much I miss it. will say with that vacuum going underneath my table, I can't spin this as fast as I normally would. It's starting to stick to the bottom side of the table. With the vacuum, since I've altered the bottom side of my spill saw table to allow for a little bit heavier suction on that dust collection port. Give it a little more tail there. So I guess I went off my line, but that was intentional. Hello, Brian. Did you make the table for yourself, or did you buy the stand? Actually, my dad built this stand. Oh, probably. Let me think how long ago he built this thing for me. I'm gonna say in 2010. And originally it had my not my DeWalt, my Dremel saw mounted to it. Then I updated to the DeWalt, and this is not the original tabletop that was on it. I did have, well, actually, the original tabletop is now underneath this. I had to cut a new sheet of plywood to mount on top of that to accommodate the bigger base of the Pegasus saw. But it is basically, I don't know if I can get out, just a sawhorse. I did later come in and add I almost said coasters, but those are casters. Got 3-inch rollers, 2 locking rollers in the front, and all 4 of them actually swivel, which allows me to get in and out of various rooms or spaces depending on where we were taking this thing for different shows or whatnot. But yeah, my dad actually built this table. It's all completely built out of 2x4s. And if you look on Google for scroll saw stands, you will eventually run into the plans that are for this particular piece. John Bradley, hello, sir. Glad you could make it in. Jesse says, thank you. I'm still debating on buying a scroll saw like yours. I tell you what, for anybody interested right now, this Pega scroll saw, if you go to Bear Woods, if you purchase this saw, on the checkout, leave a note. Tell them Coach or Wesley or whatever you call me. Tell them that I sent you over to buy the saw. They are going to throw in a $50 gift card with that purchase. If you tell them that I sent you to the website and that is for the purchase of the Pega saw. A little special thing we got going there. $50 is, or a gift card to Bearwood will be thrown in with that purchase. Mr. Hoosier Mike over on the YouTube side. Hello, Wes. Charles just threw in the towel. He is exhausted. Well, I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more cuts on this one. I said, this was a quick little piece here. Probably the simplest pattern I've done in a long time. Sometimes simple is all you need. And for who might just joining us here, I know I haven't posted anything about my little dog on Facebook, but she is in the hospital now. We had to hospitalize her yesterday morning. She spent all weekend in here strolling with me. And she just lay over here in the corner. Didn't move much till I got up and walked her outside and whatnot. But what I thought was just a normal, happy little pup, she's laying over in the corner fighting parvo this whole time. And we did not know that until, well, we didn't know what the diagnostics was till yesterday morning. But brought her home Friday night of last week. She was fine, we thought. Saturday, she was fine. She was eating good. She was drinking good. About Sunday afternoon, things just kind of changed. She quit eating. She was still drinking, but she wasn't eating. And into Monday evening, it just got worse. So it finally got us into the vet yesterday morning. Got her looked at, and she was diagnosed with parvo. Which my doctor, or her doctor, said it's basically the canine version of COVID, if you want to put it in human terms. Mr. Herb says that's a good deal, so I'm over there watching you now. I think you might be talking about the saw. I'm just now seeing that comment from the Herb. But yeah, I mean, buy the saw from bearwood.com at checkout. If you leave it in the note field, there's a little notes section down at the bottom of your checkout screen. If you tell them Wesley or Coach or whatever you call me sent you over to buy the saw, they're going to give you that $50 gift card. I don't get anything out of it except the sheer pleasure of saying, hey, go buy that saw. Just a little incentive for anybody interested in this saw. I mean, basically, depending on where you live, you should be getting about what it's going to cost you to ship it to your house back on a gift card. Well, you don't want to jump out of there. Alright, one last cut here and this will be done. She is on meds, Mike. I got my evening report back right before I went live here. Red and white blood cells were down extremely low yesterday morning. So they did a plasma. I keep wanting to say transplant. It's not a transplant. It's a transfusion. She did perk up a little bit this morning. Well, in fact, her fever was 105 when we went in yesterday morning. So they ended up, after all the blood work, gave her the transfusion. She did. She still kind of spewed from both ends there in the night, but this morning they said she was doing good. They've got her on IVs and all that fluid to keep her hydrated. She was internally hydrated. No, internally dehydrated, externally hydrated yesterday. So, yes, Dad did a good job keeping her watered through the weekend while I still had her, but it wasn't enough, fighting this infection and whatnot. But this evening they said the fluids are definitely doing their job. She's not throwing up today like she has been, which is a good sign. She still had a little bit of the other end issues, but that had increased through the day as well. Uh, Her fever did drop a little bit this morning, but it was back up to 104 this evening, so the fever is still kind of spiking up and down. But they've got her on the IV fluids. They've got a fan in there going on her throughout the day and night just to help keep her cool. So, we're at 24 hours into the hospitalization with her. And they said 3 to 5 days is what they're going to keep her, depending on how she does and how she improves. Or she may not come home at all. We still don't know that yet. We're not out of the forest yet. Ah, you know what? I just noticed. Dadgum, if there ain't one single pilot that I miss on every dadgum project, there it is. But yeah, and little dog was 6 months old. And I don't know any history of the previous owner except that they had her on a chain her entire life with just a bucket of food and a bucket of water sitting beside her to fend for herself. She had had no vaccines or medications or nothing, just thrown outside to figure it all out on her own. So I knew there was going to be some issues, and I knew we needed to get her in, get her treated, and all that good stuff, get some vaccines, but she already had some bad stuff going. And the only thing the previous owner said was, don't bring her back here. That's pretty sorry, in my opinion. You can take the dog, but don't bring it back, is all that was said. It's people like that I'd like to put a chain around their neck without a bowl of food and water. But I can't say that. I'm not that kind of person. I'd sure like to be sometimes. Still got enough left there. Might be able to do some other project. And I didn't break any blades tonight. Look at that. There we are. Stand that up a little bit. There's a lot of people that don't deserve to have an animal. Yes, sir, Mr. Mike, you are right about that. So, like I said in the beginning there, for now this is going to hang on the kennel. And hopefully in a few days she'll get to come home and see it. If not, well, we'll alter it a little bit and use it for a little bit different project if that comes down to it. But I have faith that she will be coming home. But if she don't, it's going to be all right. I do. How long have we been? 36 minutes to cut that out. I knew it wouldn't take me long. There's our next little piece. That's a pattern that old Wes Balco drew up. That'll be coming here shortly. I still got some pilots to drill. I think that had almost 80 cuts in it, if I remember right. But that's done. A little bit of sanding on that, smooth it out, and we'll go hang that on the kennel. Does she have parvo? She does have parvo 19. Which that's what's my vet said. Parvo is basically COVID in canine form. So we'll see. A little over 24 hours in isolation there. She is on meds. It was Mimi that asked that. Uh, Friday when I brought her home, she had no sign of it. And through the weekend, it just progressed. And that is the reason she was sick. Sunday, signs started showing up Sunday afternoon into the night. Monday night, it got worse. And at least she was still drinking. She couldn't keep the water down, but she was still trying to stay hydrated. But she is in good hands at the moment. Got her some plasma transfused late yesterday afternoon. She did perk up a little bit this morning from that, but the fever is still spiking up and down. She will get better. I'll say a prayer for her. She will fight. She is a fighter. That she is, and she did show signs of that throughout the weekend while I still had her, and even while we were still at the vet yesterday afternoon, or yesterday morning, I guess it was. Definitely a fighter, and in my opinion, it was only fitting that she came to me with a name like that. And when they brought her to, what was her name? Well, they called her Faith. And I said, well, all of us agreed that it was a fitting name, and I said, I'm not going to change it. So, and I said it earlier, I've got faith that she will be coming home in a few days. Healthy. But if she doesn't make it through, it'll be all right. We'll get through it. Well, one thing, and I did find, even knowing while we were sitting there doing all the tests and everything there yesterday morning, I already had in my mind that it was parvo. Talking to my sister, she said it sounds like parvo, and they said, well, we're going to run back here and do some tests for that, because that's almost what it looks like, but we're still not sure. And she named off some other abbreviated gastrol something or another virus, which is just basically a really bad tummy ache with very similar symptoms, but not quite as bad. She came back in after running those tests, and she said, "My question to you at this point is, do you want a dog or do you want this dog?" And God Almighty, that just slapped me right in the face because I knew where this was going. And I said, I just lost a dog 2 months ago in an electrical accident, and I said I was not ready for a dog. But when I got the message that says, "Hey, come over here and check out this pup, see what you think," I just it's just seeing the picture of her sitting on that chain, fell in love with this little dog. And I said, it's not a matter of wanting a dog. We're going to do everything we can to save this dog because it was definitely meant to be. Definitely meant to be. The way all this played out. See, if that just came in, yes, 100% agree with you there, Mimi. It was meant to be. She was meant to be for me. With me, I was meant to be for her. 100% agree with you on that, and so do the two ladies that were involved in making all that happen. Only fitting, because they went out on faith, hoping that I would take this dog. They said we're going to get the dog from this owner, whether or not he wants it. We will figure it out between the two of us. Because both of them have, well, one of them has two dogs, the other one has three already, and two cats. And yeah, as soon as I got over there and saw this dog ain't staying here. She's going home with me. Very, very quickly fell in love with this little thing. So I am going to call this quits. Jump off here, run my palm sander over it, and go hang it up, and go about my evenly. Sit on the porch for a minute, and probably call it an early night. I think I'm kind of right there with Charles. It has been a very long week at my house, and I am just about exhausted myself. But I do appreciate everybody stopping in. Hope you enjoyed it. Got my first little cut with a flat blade in the first time in I don't know how long, and it feels good to be on that again. Cut this half-inch Baltic birch, number 3 modified geometry from bearwood.com. And can't do nothing with a band-aid on your finger. I did learn that's not for my gripper. That I got a cut in my thumb. I learned the other day when you drop a knife, don't try to grab it, just let it fall to the ground. I've got one. Well, there it is right there. I just changed the razor blade on that thing, and I, for one, holding it with the wrong hand, and that thing slipped out, and I tried to grab it, and that blade went right across the bottom side of that thumb, slit me open, bleeding like a stuck pig. But yeah, just let them fall to the ground. It'll be all right. You can pick it up safely from there. All right. Well, I'm just rambling. So, as always, good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I do appreciate you being here. Everybody in the chat saying hello and whatnot, conversing with me. And we'll see you on the next one.